You're still watching the morning call here on Africanews. Now, the United Nations Migration Agency in 2017 said that perhaps 80% of Nigerian migrant women and girls arriving on Europe's shores in Italy could potentially be sex trafficking victims, spotlighting the horrific levels of abuse and violence migrants face along their arduous journeys for a better future. According to the UN agency, over the past 3 years, the office in Italy has witnesses on almost 600% increase in the number of potential sex trafficking victims arriving in Italy by sea routes.
Eh bien, Nyasha, les raisons de la migration sont nombreuses.
Exactly, Nyasha. A significant number of women and girls flee conflict areas every single year. However, some of these women who try to migrate are threatened most part of their journey. While they often hope to find refuge and security or protection there, they sometimes find themselves as victims of sexual violence. Well, according to reports, some of these women take birth controls in order to prevent pregnancy.
De tomber enceinte ni à chacun.
Exactly, Ruth. And with us from Wilmington, Delaware, in the United States of America is Omotola Fawunmi, who's the project manager of the NGO project Ferry. A very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, we hear from reports that some African girls are recruited by what are called or what are known as agents to be sent to places where they are physically abused or sometimes raped. Can you tell us more about these girls' situations?
So a lot of them are told that there is a promise of a better job in any of these countries. The girls are transported from Nigeria, having paid agents average of $1,000 processing fee. After that, the agent in Nigeria puts them on a flight, tells them a lot of times, for those who are going to Oman, they are told they're going to Dubai. And it's only when they get to Dubai that they realize that they're still supposed to be going to Oman. On arrival in Oman, there is an agent who picks them up. They have, I think, an office where all of them are received. And then from the office, the Oman agent distributes them to the families that apparently have paid for them. So a Nigerian victim has probably paid $1,000 to a Nigerian agent. An Omani buyer, for lack of a better way to put it, has probably paid also about $5,000 for that same person. And then these girls are posted to the houses where they're supposed to work. So there seems to be a lack of information about what really goes on there, what really goes on in Oman, what really goes on in Dubai. The person in Nigeria just says there's a job opportunity for you, but they don't explain the conditions of these jobs.
Madam,
well, let me come in here. How are you assisting some of these migrant women and girls who are victims of abuse in refugee camps?
We're trying to gather all the girls, as many as possible as we can get, collate their stories, and then fundraise to get them back to Nigeria. So what we had been doing before was just we fundraise, get tickets, and send to any girl we contact. So we were able to get 2 girls back to Nigeria. One in October, another one in November. We attempted another one this December. We had raised the money for her. So what we do, we ask them to do their videos, then we post the videos to fundraise for them, and then we send the tickets to them to come home. But the last one we did, which was supposed to be last December, on the day before she was supposed to travel, she reached out and said her employers are not releasing her, so the ticket is wasted and then she can't come home. That was very worrisome because we had done a lot to be able to make these arrangements possible.
So has your organization been in touch with the International Migration Organization, and what is it doing to stop these quote-unquote agencies?
Okay, in respect to this, I would say we need to amplify the communication. It seems there is no communication about it at all. So we need to put a lot of money, people, and resources behind the campaign against human trafficking. People need to know what numbers to call. If someone says you're going to get a job in Dubai, you need to be able to call a number and say what city, what job, what company. People need to be able to verify that information. I need the International Organization of Migration, for example, to and not just be present, but be proactive in responding to some of these girls. For example, in Nigeria, a lot of the girls say that they had tried to reach out to NAPTIP, which is, I think, Nigerian Agency for Persons Trafficking or something, and that a lot of times NAPTIP officials are compromised and they work in concert with their agents, so they don't get help, which is very sad. So I think we need a lot of concerted efforts. We need funding for the girls or for the women, whoever. I mean, to bring each person cost about 400,000 naira tickets. To settle them is a totally different issue. The one who came in October, for example, we just got her a job in a microfinance bank. She's able to earn 60,000 naira a month. We hope she will grow from there.
Well, we hope that eventually a solution can be found. And we know it's not Nigeria alone. It's lots of girls from all over the continent facing this kind of situation. And we hope that your organization can finally find the solution. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. That was Omotola Fawunmi, the project director from NGO Project Ferry. A very big thank you for joining us this morning. You are still watching The Morning Call here on Africa News, and remember you can get these and plenty more stories here on Africa News TV, as well as on our website, africanews.com. Now, still to come in the program. Mixed martial arts, or MMA, is not very well known in Senegal, but the sport could be a way out of poverty for more and more young people. The West African nation opened its first Afro-European MMA league, which was broadcasted in the world's largest streaming platform. Plus, an intertwining of music and politics. In Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, Cuban-style music does more than induce twists and turns on the dance floor. It also brings back memories of days-old one-time President Thomas Sankara, who sought political inspiration from Cuba. More on this just after the break. Ruth and I will be right back.